Hello, 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 hello. I'm Rachel. Nice to see you. If you're watching this on the replay, please skip ahead a couple minutes because the beginning of live streams are always a little clunky. So save yourself and just like skip ahead. I'm I'm so excited to do these live streams. I feel like we're just getting to like catch up with each other. If you have stuff you want to talk about, put it in the chat. I can see it. I will say hello right now. And otherwise, I'll just really talk about what I've been up to lately and this year I'm having where I am devoted to aligning with unconditional love. And let me tell you, it's been quite a roller coaster. So I have to say first though that I'm an obsessive kind of person. Like once I have a topic that I'm interested in or an activity that I'm interested in, I go all the way and I think I'm going to rearrange my entire life to do that thing. And like it's my calling and it's the only thing I want to do. Now, I've learned over the years to like have some perspective on that because I may feel that way and I may feel excited about it, but I might be personally translating that to like be a little overstated. Hello, crazy pup. Nice to see you. And my current thing is flower farming. I never really knew that people had small flower farms or like small, half acre to a couple acres of flowers. I didn't know about that whole world. And I've gone through many phases where I've wanted to be a farmer and I was envisioning, food production. But man, flower farms, what a great idea. Now, I don't live on a large property. I don't know what I have, but it's probably like 5,000 square feet or something like that total, like with the house and everything. And I do have a garden. I've got a good sized family garden, like, for two people who eat a lot of vegetables. And I have started more flowers this year and stuff. But anyway, I'm just really into it, watching a lot of YouTube videos about people with flower farms. And other than that, I'm great. I'm spending a lot of time screenwriting right now. I'm finishing up a project for someone and excited about my own feature and pilot that I'm writing. And I think, so let's get into this whole year of unconditional love thing. So if you're on this channel, you're probably familiar with the idea of alignment and vibration and how we create our reality is through our own beliefs and what we are focusing on. And I've been living with that knowledge for a long time now and have created a really awesome life, a life of like freedom and joy and abundance and happiness and like whatever I want to do, I can do. But I always know that there's more. There's always more ease. There's always more flow. There's always more freedom, more excitement, more prosperity. And so I asked myself, like, what is the ultimate feeling, the ultimate culmination of all those things? What would my ultimate life feel like? Of course, it's unconditional love. It's like that totally taken care of, relaxed feeling of, oh yeah, anything you want is possible. You're totally unlimited. And so I decided in January to reorient to that feeling, to deliberately align to the feeling of unconditional love as often as I could remember and to see what would happen. Because in the years that I've, picked a vibration to align to, it's gone really, really well. So it's nice to have that already taken care of. I know what I want to feel like. I don't have to, I mean, I still ask myself every day, but I ultimately know what is my current best feeling. And it's been really amazing. Um, Zach, that's so cool that you found out that your friend Scott is starting a cut flower farm. Oh my goodness. You have to tell me more. If you have any more details, feel free to put it in. Like, is it near you in Colorado? Is it a large one, a small one? Like, what are their dreams? Does he have a family? I want to know everything. Cool. Crazy pup. You and your friend were just planning today to grow strawberries. That's awesome. Yeah, I've got, I love berries. They're so easy. I have some ever-bearing strawberries in my front yard on the side, and those were there when I moved into this house. But I put in like a separate berry patch last year with blueberries and raspberries and blackberries and dewberry, which I don't even know what it is. I think it's like some kind of like hybrid, because I don't think dewberry is like a natural plant. I don't know. Look it up if you feel like it, but very interesting. And they just take off. They can grow and, well, except for the blueberries. The blueberries were challenging. One of them died on me last year. I don't think my soil was acidic enough for them, but I got some stuff this year. I'll be able to figure it out. And I bought another blueberry plant because they need to cross-pollinate. But yeah, I'm super, super into it. I love that you guys are into gardening too. And it's just so much fun to, like, especially to grow things from seed. Holy cow. It's like you put this tiny little dot in some dirt and you give it some water and it just becomes a whole plant, you know? It's so cool. And that's what happens with us too, right? Like, we come into this life as a tiny little fetus, but we've already been programmed with what we want and, you know, some people that we're going to run into and all kinds of things. Yeah. So how do we ensure that we live our best lives? How do we ensure that we get what we're dreaming about? Like, I think a lot of people don't even really dream, like, because they think it's pointless or it's frivolous. But really, what would your life look like if you could have it any way you wanted? You know, if next year you could start the year living a life that is more in harmony with what you really want, what you prefer, what would it look like? And 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 then what does it feel like? Like, a lot of times when we are envisioning that kind of thing, it feels like like relief, like whatever we're trying to adapt to right now has gone and we don't have to spend the energy doing that anymore. That's, I think, the biggest thing. I'm still coming out of that. And what I love about this, like, deliberate aligning is that we don't have to micromanage that process. We don't have to decide what's no longer in alignment and get rid of it. We just align with what we want, like the positive side of that. Like, if you didn't have that, what would you want instead? If we align to what we want instead and just focus on that, don't worry about the blocks, don't worry about the things that you don't like or no longer suit you, then all that stuff gets taken care of and the opportunities to do more of what we love actually come in. That is such a game changer when you realize that. Like, you don't have to clear, you don't have to heal, you don't have to, like, declutter when you don't feel like, you don't have to, like, kickstart the letting go process. You just have to focus where you want to be, and all of that is done automatically. And I love that. So Zach's filling me in on his friend's flower farm. So he just divorced and remarried and says, we are closing on a house on Tuesday. Hopefully it's on a half acre. Oh, hopefully they're closing. It's on a half acre. And we are starting a cut flower farm. It's utilizing my skills as a landscaper and grower, and also we are selling at farmers markets and small markets, so I get customer interaction, which I enjoy as well. COVID pretty much killed my business, and so I'm starting again with a new career selling flowers and heirloom vegetables. Oh, that is so amazing. I could totally see myself doing that one day, yeah, along with all the other stuff I do, which is funny. But you know what? I don't remember what I was going to say. I was going to say something. You know what's funny? I don't know. That's amazing. Tell your friend I'm so excited for him and his new spouse. Adaptability. Yeah. Right. And he's probably, I don't know, because farming can be very challenging, right? But like maybe that's what he really wanted to do anyway. You know, like not that the business was a mistake, because the business helped prepare him to be here now. You guys, I don't think anything was ever a mistake. Just because you want something new doesn't mean what you're doing now or what you were doing is wrong. I never, ever, ever think that. But I love that place that we all get to that's like, God, I really just wish I could do this. You know, I really just wish I could do that. That is such a powerful thing. And you know what the answer always is to that is, yeah, of course you can do just that. That is what you are capable of having. If you're having that thought, that is capable, you are capable of that. And I think that's just incredible to know. I have to remind myself of that all the time. Yeah, Guillaume, writing your fiction. Totally. Yes. Like, if that is a desire of yours, you can have that. And how do you get there? You get there by deliberately aligning to that outcome. Because if you deliberately align to what you want, all the stuff that's in between you and it will fall away because you are magnetizing yourself to that. It's pulling you to it. And so all the stuff, like the beliefs that are in your way, all the weird jingly things that don't fit will not be in your existence anymore because you're moving straight to what it is that you want. Yeah. Which is awesome. So many crazy things have happened to me this year because of this aligning. And one of them is like what we always think of when, like, I'm a coach. I work with people who are doing this, who have big dreams and they don't know how to get there. And a lot of the things in the beginning of coaching that comes up with people is like all the limiting beliefs they've ever stacked up against themselves, all the trauma from the childhood that they think is still relevant. And it's not really a barrier. It's just that people never really align beyond that. So it just keeps coming with them. I was talking with the client today, and it was like, I made this analogy of like, she keeps dragging this really heavy dead log with her on her way to her dreams, and she doesn't have to do that anymore. And something happened to me. So I was deliberately aligning to love. And I was doing a meditation a couple months ago and just feeling that love, and like, it was feeling so good. And then I had this moment of remembering when a really, really strong, powerful mentor relationship severed when I was 29. And I've known for a while that it wasn't that other person's fault, that I interpreted something wrong and really reacted strongly to it. And this person really was overall like mostly super amazing to me, but I kind of like fixated on the little things that were off, and kind of like I had a negative opinion of her because of certain things that really were blown out of proportion. And the severing of that relationship was really impactful. Like I thought about it for a long time, and I realized that I was mad because she wasn't as loving as I needed a person to be then, but that I could love myself. Like that's what I realized in my meditation. Like I can love myself for that person. I could love myself back then. I could love myself now. And I know this probably wouldn't mean much to you hearing about it, but if your trauma was, you know, a parent not loving you enough, or, you know, something at school happening, or whatever it was, like that happened and you're not going to be able to change that. But if you decide right now to use your focus to align with what you want instead of what happened to you, then you get to move forward without that in your way. So like, even if you have some really big gnarly stuff in your past, it doesn't need to be the reason that you can't have what you want right now or in the future. So keep that in mind. And let me know if you guys have something that you're aligning to on purpose. I'd love to know. So Crazy Pup, yeah, you can ask a question. Feel free. I love these because I love these interactions, but yes, I am psychic and I want to be more psychic on this channel because I realized a few months ago that I don't really do that, and that is really fun. So Guillaume, are you working on a book right now? Hey Liz, so excited to see you. Oh man, Rachel, I went through something similar. Oh, I don't know why I'm not doing this. So you guys can see it too. Not a mentor, but my spouse. And I also came to the same conclusion. Thank you as always for sharing. Yeah. I know. Isn't it funny how we spend so much of our lives not realizing that everything comes from us, that we don't need other people to love us, that we can enjoy it when they do, but it really does come from here. You know, I didn't know that for a long time. And even when I did know it up here, I didn't really know it in here. And so it's just amazing how we get so fixated on what other people aren't giving us, whether we know it or not. You know, and if we're ever feeling insecure, it's because we're not paying attention to ourselves enough. We're not giving ourselves enough love in that moment. So it's really powerful stuff when we take responsibility for ourselves and decide. Something I had to do last year was really like, not really last year. These things always come in spirals, you know, they come back around and they always feel most relevant the last time it happened. But when I really decided, like, I want to know without a doubt that I could be completely self-sustaining. And I already could have been, but I wasn't being deliberate about knowing that and feeling that security of that. Like, that's so powerful. And we all have that capability to be completely autonomous, sovereign, self-sustaining beings while enjoying the interdependence of others. And it allows you to enjoy others even more when you know you're really choosing them. You're not like propping yourself up against them. It's a cool place to be. So, well, we have a cat. There's a cat in the little house. Can you see her? That's Baby. So Liz had a hard time releasing that and taught expectations. Was not self-aware at the time or for quite some time concerning that. Yeah, we're all growing and we're all like, nobody's on the same track. So like, you could be a total genius in some areas, and which I'm clueless about, and like that's what I love about this, is like we all get to see each other's journeys and see what is resonant for us and be reminded of different things. I love being in groups because of that. It's so much fun. In fact, I have this card deck of a group that I'm in. My friend Jean made us this deck of like different quotes from all of us, which I love. So maybe we'll pull some cards together. Okay. Crazy Bub, I saw you ask a question. Okay. Do we get to meet with our parents again after we die? I would really want to see them again. Yes. Oh my God, absolutely. And you don't have to wait. So, you know, we don't really die. We really don't die. And even though our bodies die, our spirit, which is what we're currently we're mostly non-physical right now, even. Just the tiniest little like pinky toe of us is actually in this physical dimension right now. Most of us is like non-physical, multi-dimensional, like, showing up in every dimension that exists, including like source. We are such huge, amazing, multifaceted beings with capabilities beyond our comprehension here. And because that's true, when we die, we're able to still project our personality from any lifetime that we've had or have. So like you're right now, your parents could show up to you or to a medium as their happiest selves, wearing their favorite clothes, looking their favorite way. While also being huge, big, non-physical beings that have many lifetimes. I have a video from a couple months ago talking to my friend Maya, showing a couple ways of connecting with people who've passed on. Feel free to watch that if you want to, because you might see a way to connect with your parents in that video that would be easy for you. The intuitive art class that I teach can be used to talk with your relatives as well. And a link for that should be in the description of this video. If not, it's in the description of like all my regular non-live stream videos. And I use that to talk to my friends and stuff all the time. So, but yes, when you die, you will have a much easier time seeing and talking to your relatives because you are on the same level as them. Right now, you have to be matching their vibration in order to really have a strong connection to them, to be able to see them. And that can be challenging because we often really miss people that we love here. And if we miss them, we can't see them. If we think they're missing, we will not be able to find them. Have you ever tried to find your keys that you thought were missing? It's impossible. So if you can relax and have a positive feeling and expectation about them, they'll be a lot easier to contact. So yeah, that's an awesome question. If you guys have any other questions like this, totally ask, feel free. Okay. Yeah, Liz. Awesome. Okay, Zach, I'm taking my first steps at self-sustaining and it feels great. Thanks for inspiring me. Yeah, thank you all for inspiring me. Like what I love about all of you that I know, Crazy Pup, I might know you, but I'm not sure because I don't know your handle here. But if I do know you, let me know. Is that we're all on our own path and it's all so unique. Like Zach is an incredible writer and editor and publisher and poet and teacher, and that's his thing and that's what he's working on right now. I'm sure you do a lot more than that even. And Liz, you're still figuring out what you want to do, but I know that you're organized and you're connected and you channel things and you are so full of life and so full of style. And I just can't wait to see every little thing that you do. And Guillaume, your writing and like how passionate you are about that, and your connection to all things non-physical, like in your intuitive art abilities. I love how we can all, like, there's no competition. There's nothing that anyone can take away from you, because you are you and you have your own thing going on. And that can help you relax even more into what you're doing. That's what's happening that is what's happening with me right now. I never really worried about competition, but I think in building up my businesses the way that I have, I was like trying too hard on a level. And again, everything I've done was perfect, but I'm realizing now that I do feel more secure and I do feel more confident in just being me. So just being me is a lot easier than not being me. Just being me is easier than like feeling like I need to have a certain brand portrayal or a certain strategy or whatever. And a lot of things are happening behind the scenes to bring pieces together and make things easier, but more expressive and more present and more helpful, and just feels really good. So aligning to love this year has allowed me to see more value in myself and to host, like, streamline everything I'm doing so that it becomes a lot more cohesive, which is really nice. So if you guys are ever feeling like you don't know what to do to make more money, or in your job or your business, or like in anything, this method of like finding a vibration to align to, and then remembering every single day as much as you can to feel that feeling, it's so worthwhile because it affects every single part of your life. So let me give you an example. Okay, I'm in traffic. Somebody cuts me off, or something that actually really riles me up is here in Utah. It's probably all over the place, but I've seen it more here. People just make their own lanes through parking lots all the time, especially this one parking lot at Target. Like, there's a road around the place where you park, and then there's aisles that you drive down to park in, right? But people just go straight through all the parking spaces, and it feels really dangerous to me and to my partner. And so we always comment on it and how we drive around in the right place. And sometimes there's even people like parked in that roadway, like just eating lunch, just parked in the lane. It's like insane. So anyway, when I'm having those feelings of judgment, or when I'm having those feelings of drama, or like whatever else is brought up, I can remember, like, oh, I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to draw things to me that feel dramatic or, judgmental. I want to draw things to me that feel free and loving and easy and prosperous. And so I reorient. I remember, oh, yeah, it's all about love. What can I appreciate right now to feel that way? How can I feel more loving right now? And it's about retraining yourself into the vibration that you want. So that's what I've been doing this year. I also do it deliberately in the morning. Like, how do I want to feel today? I ask myself that before I get out of bed. And then I do try to meditate earlier in the morning, which is pretty new for me. Usually I just did it whenever, but it's been really nice. All right. Oh, you're welcome, Liz. It's so true. I just, don't you see people like that where you're just like, oh, I love what they're doing, and it feels so right for them. I love that. All right. So looks like you have a question. Do you have anything where you talk about aspects of self that are developed personalities? I don't know what that means. Do you have anything where you talk about aspects of self that are developed personalities? I don't know. Can you ask it in a different way, maybe? I'm not sure. And then thank you for discussing authentic branding. That old way just does not resonate with me at all. Yeah. And it's funny because it never did for me either. And I got really far doing what I was doing, but it's like there's always an easier way. There's always an easier way. Like I never really struggled in business. I did things my own way. I mean, I struggled at first trying to figure out like, where is my own inner authority in this realm that I've never been in before. I had to kind of gain my confidence. But once I did that, I just was a pretty good marketer. I was pretty good because I was really into what I was sharing and it was really like helpful for people. But then there's always a deeper place to be. Like there's always a more authentic place to be. And it started happening a couple of years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, when I would be interviewed and people would comment about how I felt like I had no agenda. Like I felt really authentic to them. And I really liked that. And I loved the feeling of like, there's no stakes. I'm not losing anything if I don't mention my business. I'm not here to create a persona or to like represent something. I'm just being me. And this idea of like no agenda was really powerful to me. And that kept growing over the last few years. And I feel like, I don't feel like I'm completely there yet. I'm not completely at ease around business. And I think my brand right now is catching up with myself. Like I'm catching up with my want for no agenda. And that's like manifesting and has been for a few years behind the scenes. And so there's always more to go. And like, I think about Intimate Alien and how on her dimension, there's no money. There's no need for that. Whatever you want, you just can have it. And that is what I'm going for. I'm going for the knowing deep inside of me that like, whatever I want, I've got it. It's there. And I can do whatever I want. It doesn't matter. And it's like not tied to an outcome. If I want it, I can have it because I'm a creator. And therefore, I don't have to convince or like present or do anything in order to make that happen. Now, I don't think that is like contrary to having something for sale. I think you can definitely sell things and have that point of view. So it's not like I plan on closing my business or anything. I feel like it's just going to be self-perpetuating in an even easier way than it is now, which is really exciting. So things keep getting better and better and better if you keep setting your vibrational sights higher and higher and higher. Because if you don't change you, nothing in the outside will change. You need to take leadership and change your vibration in order for the outside things to change. Yeah. Cool. So I don't know if I said that. Well, let's see. I love being at home writing my fiction and not going into a boring job. That does make sense. Yeah, I had lots and lots and lots of jobs before I decided to just go full time on my own. And it just never really felt like what I was meant to be doing, even if it was a really good job. I've had some awesome jobs where I loved the people and I was like sad to leave, but I just knew I was like meant for more. So I can totally relate to that. And I'm glad that the meat of your comment is I love being at home writing my fiction. Like if you could just focus there and drop the next part of the sentence, you'll be in an even better place. So I love being at home writing my fiction. That's all you need to know. So Crazy Pup says, thank you so much for answering my question. It calmed my anxiety because I really worry a lot about death and losing loved ones. My parents aren't dead, but I do get scared with the idea of losing them. Yeah, I think a lot of people do. I mean, I happened to grow up seeing spirits and lots of different kinds of things and knowing that, like, oh, like, we don't go very far, like you could die in your body, but you don't really go that far. You're always really around and available. And I never really had a sense of fear of death. As I've gotten older, I do get sad when my friends die. But, not on like a final way. Like, I know they're okay. And I think even that is an advantage. So, like, yeah, everyone's okay. Everyone's even better, because like life can be pretty challenging. Life can suck sometimes, and they don't have that anymore. They are completely free of that. They only know well-being. When you die, you only know well-being. You only have love and bliss and joy, and that's such a gift. It's such a reward for going through life. Even though life is amazing, I'm not in a hurry to leave. Like, I'm excited for when I get to go too. Okay, so Liz, yes, maybe this is a crazy question. I have played channeling other parts of myself. Felt familiar, felt good, distinctly different than who I am in this life. Ah, yes. Yeah, well, just kind of like me, an intimate alien, like I do have part of her in me all the time, but there is a big difference when she is here and then when I am here, because I'm also, like Zeta, which is like pretty neutral, and angelic, which is like slow and observatory. Like I'm not, this is probably one of my most bubbly states in this very moment right here. And it is not anything in comparison to intimate aliens. So yeah, as long as it's feeling good, then keep going with it. Have fun with it. Like, it's such a fun part of my life. I love dressing up, and I love just having crazy adventures, and I love being lots of different kinds of people all in the same body. It's so much fun. And, Liz is in a group that I run, and she once asked a question like, can you have too many things that you're interested in? And I feel that way all the time. Like, I started off this live stream talking about like how I get obsessed with things, and I think I want to like change my whole life to incorporate them. And I don't usually end up going all the way with something, because I realize like, oh, I can have that in a perfect way right now. And so, I mean, I already started buying more flowers for my yard, and like looking into what bouquets I can bring inside that are safe for my cats. And, like, go for it. We are here. We are here. We are here. Like, here is for enjoyment. Here is for exploration. Here is for joy and peace and growth. So whatever it is that you are wanting to do, just go for it. Go for it. Go for it. It's when we try to slow ourselves down, that's when we start feeling depleted. Like, for me, my energy is really fast. If I'm not doing a whole bunch of things all at the same time, I don't feel my best. And that you might be able to relate to that. Okay. Zach, yes, if that's our higher self after death, then we're already there in total bliss. Yeah, we are already there. Most of us is already there. We're just here because we want to be here. And then when we're not, Hey, going back to unconditional love is not a bad thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Liz, like, I feel like we have a similar kind of way that we are being in this world. And that's been a lesson that I've had to learn. I also really had to get over caring about what people think because, you know, sometimes I'll start a project and it's not done for 10 years, but I will talk about that project all the time. And people are like, are you even doing anything about it? Where is it? Is it done yet? How come it's not done yet? And it's none of their business. Like, it'll get done when it's supposed to get done. When the energy is there for it to be done, it will be done. And it doesn't matter if I'm talking about like living in a tent for the rest of my life on Monday and then like living in a mansion on Tuesday. I can do both and it doesn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can have a million projects in the works and nothing gets done until the 11th year. It's still perfect. Like, this idea of like productivity and linear achievements and all that stuff, it really doesn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna pick a card for all of us. So like, let's see. What could we most benefit from knowing right now? So let's pick a card. What could we most benefit from knowing right now? Oh my God, wouldn't it be so funny if it was a picture of me that came up? Oh, ooh, interesting. I wasn't expecting this. Systematize everything. Systematize everything. You know, not to plug myself here, but that's kind of what I did in my alignment journal. I systematized my alignment. So I have things that I was doing every day that I just put into like basically checkbox and space for. Like, how do I want to feel today? You can't really see it. Meditate. How was it? Positive aspects. Like, what am I appreciating right now? What am I daydreaming about? What is getting ready for me? A place for intuitive art. Place for decoding. Place for inspired actions, epiphanies, and calibrations. Like, and of course, if you're wanting to get this, it explains how to do all those different things in the front. But, you know, systematizing alignment. You can systematize the things that are really important to you. Like, you can block days off on your calendar just for adventure or just for work or just for play. Like, whatever you are valuing, whatever you are most wanting to cultivate, make sure that you make space for it. And you can definitely do that with a system. Nice. Liz, you are doing that right now. That is so cool. All right, let's pull another one because that was really fun. All right, what is something else that we could totally benefit from? Okay. Ooh, this is one of my favorites. I said this in our group. I grow through joy. Yeah, why? Why do we feel like we just need to grow through suffering? Not true. Not true at all. We can go through joy. We can grow through love. We can grow through appreciation. We can grow through play, like all the good things. I mean, that is an even faster route to growth than, you know, stumbling and picking ourselves back up again. Nothing wrong with that, but that's not the only way to advance yourself. It may be a more socially acceptable way, but who cares about that? Because if you focus on your joy long enough, the people who will be attracted to you will also be wanting to grow through joy. So yeah, like I have here, all these wonderful people. Very, very cool. Well, this has kind of been a long chat for me. You guys know I'm usually, I need my carry around. If you guys like these live streams though, Definitely check out my Intuitive Art Academy YouTube channel because I do a live stream every single week with Carrie Roldan. And they're always great. They're always on like topics like this. We talk about alignment. We talked about love yesterday. Sometimes we talk about business, but mostly it's just like this kind of stuff. So check it out, Intuitive Art Academy here on YouTube. Yes, Zach, joy is contagious. It is. And doesn't it feel so good when you're around someone that's like happy and feeling good? I love that. And oh, thank you, Liz. You are doing awesome too. I love it. Oh, and if you guys have any, I know I keep saying this. I'm finishing up a huge project right now, which has taken up so much time. I really haven't been able to like film much or get much edited, but I have so many things in the works for this YouTube channel. I have like 4 videos that I just have to finish and edit that are mostly like what I'm doing right now with, you know, behind the scenes stuff and gardening and quilting, but like bringing it all home into like something that is appropriate for this channel. So if you have any requests though, definitely put it below. Check out Intimate Aliens podcast on Spotify. It's called Ask an Alien. It's so much fun that you can listen to them too. And I guess, Guillaume, we all need joy in our lives. That was the message from the card. Yeah, definitely. And I'm sure your books bring people a lot of joy. So you can probably check out Guillaume if you search his name. But he writes erotica, right? So that's got to bring people a lot of joy. I know people love reading that stuff. And Liz, the intuitive group is so great. Love being a part of it. Has helped encourage me so much. Well, we love having you in there. And Carrie said that the last meeting was like really, really beautiful and impactful. So thanks for being a part of that. All right, friends. Well, this has been so much fun. I will do these more often. I love connecting with you. And until the next time, I don't know. I'll see you somewhere on the internet. Lots of love, everybody, and have a wonderful weekend.